So, I am dressed for the Superman and Lois video, which I'm just gonna wear this again on Saturday whenever we fucking do it. And that's fine, but I'm just a little embarrassed because I don't have anything Final Fantasy VII related. I don't have anything Final Fantasy really that I could wear. I had like I had a Final Fantasy 12 t-shirt that I got from GameStop because I worked at GameStop at the time that game came out. And that doesn't even make sense. I barely even played that one. So, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You're canceled.
My birthday's in June. Please get me a Final Fantasy VII shirt or something like that. Please. Anyone. It'll be right around the time this DLC drops. Shut the fuck up.
What's up, everyone?
Yo.
I'm Miles.
And I'm Phil.
And we are Tactile TK.
That we are. And we have not done shit on this channel in a long time.
It's been a minute.
Sorry about that. Kinda. But we really want to get back to this. We really want to do this thing again. So we're going to start with the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade trailer.
English.
Yep. English, yep. We're going to keep going, even though I fucked that up. And we are going to definitely watch it right now. It's not our first time looking at it. It is definitely our, I don't know, but it's not a first reaction. But we just want to watch it so we get a sense of it, and then we're going to get into the topic.
Yeah, so let's get into the video. Hey.
Unnecessary. I'll never get sick of seeing this opening to the game.
It's so dope. I remember that coming out like before everything else, when this game was first announced.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing I remember seeing, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess.
So iconic.
Come on, let's push it past the red line.
There's that guy.
Oh,
It's my turn.
he's crazy and I love him.
Got to leave the force right here.
I mean, speaking of Superman and Lois, Tyler Hoechlin.
Yes! I almost forgot about that.
So that's somewhat cool.
Well, guys, your girl finally made it to Midgar.
Your girl finally made it to Midgar.
Oh, Yuffie.
My name is Yuffie, Materia Hunter and Elite Special Forces operative for the new Wutai government.
Yes.
We'll prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche, we got this.
I'm back.
Ah, there you are. Someone's been expecting you.
What took you?
Sorry about that. Anyway, it's nice to meet
He
you.
fine.
I'm so This clown. We lost him.
We're gonna get a new character, he might as well be.
Okay, like
Well, of course.
nothing else will be
They're
accepted.
the ones who blew up the
Nothing
reactors.
less.
Cool. Should we say hi?
No, better not. After what they've done, you gotta assume Shinra's on their tail.
Okay.
Look, a Moogle.
I feel like that'll be their excuse to not, like, interact.
Yeah.
We gotta help.
I love it so much. Adorable ninja Moogle. I am really digging the team-based attacks. I think they look sweet.
So dope. I'm surprised they didn't have anything like that in
The main
game. Yeah. I mean, outside of like the scenes that are in between the boss fight stuff.
Right.
Damn, she guarded. That still did like 1,000 damage. Look how much HP she has. She should have been dead.
Get wrecked.
You guys should probably get moving.
I want that on a shirt. Give me that shirt.
Honestly, yes.
Better off out of it.
They deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, they do. But I'm not your sister.
There you are.
Who are these jerks?
No clue. It just appeared.
Okay, those guys looked a little Dirge of Cerberus to me.
They didn't look like the soldiers that were like in the main
Let the
game. They
hunt
looked like they had
begin.
different gear and headgear stuff on.
Yeah.
So before we get into the main parts of this trailer, we just want to talk about what we dislike. And we've already talked about this at length, and we've already recorded something about it. And if you want to check that out, it will be incoming soon. But it's just accessibility. You know, they really could have made this not a PlayStation 5 exclusive. They could have definitely figured out a way to port it to PlayStation 4 players as well, so everybody would have access to it. That is literally the only gripe I have about this trailer. So, with that being said, get ready, get wrecked. Your girl is back in Midgar. All right, I'm so excited to finally meet Yuffie. My only interactions with Yuffie have been through the Kingdom Hearts games. Like, I have never played the original Final Fantasy VII, so I don't know anything about her origin or whatever. I just know that she's a spunky, upbeat, hilarious ninja. And I got everything I wanted from Yuffie in that one trailer. Like, I can't even imagine what's in store for us later. But that's my main thing. There are a lot of Easter eggs, I think, in this trailer as well that I'm just, like, completely missing. But, you know, the new characters look really cool from, you know, what I know. Some of them are new and weren't in the original. But, like, yeah, Yuffie's just amazing, and that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna ride that train too. I mean, like Miles said, accessibility aside, this trailer is very hype, and it's really just beautiful and great to see Yuffie again. And I think it's cool because, you know, coming from different backgrounds, like I played the original Final Fantasy VII, so anytime I see Yuffie pop up in anything, including Kingdom Hearts, it's like seeing an old friend. And like, I think for Miles, it might be similar now because he spent so much time in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So like, it's really, you feel like you know her, and you feel like you know what she's about, and you love her. You know, how can you not? So just to see her get the spotlight this way is really exciting. This is not how she was introduced in the original game, Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
So this is different, and I'm in the same boat as Miles. I don't know what this is or what we're really looking at. Like, whether you're new to Final Fantasy VII or you played the original game, this is new territory. This is uncharted water. I like it because the game, Remake at least, sets up the idea that there's this conflict between Midgar and Wutai. You know, they really kind of start sprinkling that throughout the story, and you know, even Shinra sets up Avalanche. Not trying to spoil everything, but they set up Avalanche and make it sound like they're from Wutai or being controlled by Wutai, and that they're terrorists or whatever. And so I'm really looking forward to see what, like, how Yuffie responds to that sort of thing, and like, you know, what her perspective is going to be, and you know, I'm excited to meet this new character she's running around with. I have no idea what he's about.
Right, yeah.
But they seem like they get along. I don't know how close they are, but whatever. But yeah, I think it's exciting news. I think it's really cool because I wasn't expecting to get anything more out of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that would have been fine because they gave me more than my money's worth. Like, that was a $60 game, and I feel like I got way more content than I deserved for $60, but it was awesome that they delivered on that level. And so for them to be giving us another DLC, even though we have to, you know, pay for it or whatever, it still adds life to this version of the game. I know part 2 is coming, and we're all looking forward to that, but it's nice to have something in between to occupy our time. I didn't expect any DLC for this game.
Same.
So
it was a shock. Like, when this trailer originally came out and stuff like that for the State of Play, I initially thought it was going to be some kind of news for the part 2. And I'm just like, that's a little soon, a little premature. I mean, that being said, Square Enix is notorious for that as well, and then releasing it 5 years later. But no, something else that really, really is awesome is, like, it's giving me the Final Fantasy 15 effect, in the sense that, like, we're getting a lot of missing components from what the other characters experienced while we were still with the other characters. What I'm saying, let me rephrase that. So there's a part where Cloud gets separated from Tifa and Barrett, and he goes off with Aerith, but, like, we don't know what happens back then with, like, Jessie and Barrett and Tifa and whatever, and we don't explore that. And what this trailer also just is giving us is, like, what happened with them, as well as, like, how Yuffie fits into that too. And it's a wonderful, wonderful mesh of that. Like, Final Fantasy 15 did it also with DLC, with, like, doing this big time gap and certain time gaps in between in between the story where characters were missing, and then the DLC shows what they were doing, and that's been really cool. That was really cool to experience, but to see that that's what this whole thing is with this trailer is amazing. Like, this whole game has been so much of just like really exploring and really getting into characters that we weren't really getting a lot of, like and just a lot of moments in this game that you really like, really not identifying, but like have over a microscope or kind of that feel, because there's so much new content while it's still like a faithful adaptation of the original. It's giving us so much more too, and that's exactly what this trailer is continuing the trend by doing, and I love that. I'm soaking it all up.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same. Like, what was it you were telling me? You were watching somebody stream the original,
right? Yeah, and the way that game plays is so fast. Like, I feel like within the first maybe 5 or 6 hours, which, you know, he streamed the game twice, he was already past where the remake ends, and it was crazy. I'm like, what? It's insane.
I love that revelation for Miles, because like that's you know, for me and our older brother Ray and like some other people who have played the game before, like that's been our whole thing. It's like, really, they're gonna spend this entire game in Midgar. Like, we're gonna just spend the entire game in that first little chunk, that first little section of Final Fantasy VII. And it's beautiful. I think I mean, this isn't a review of Final Fantasy VII Remake. We'll be getting into that later. But, like, it's just really beautiful how they've, like he said, put everything under the microscope and taken, you know, something that is easy to gloss over and actually go, like, no, let's take our time here. Let's get to know the people in the city. Let's get to know your neighbors. Let's get to feel the impact of what happens, you know, without spoiling everything here. But a lot happens to Midgar in this game. And, like, I feel like you feel it more because you spend more time with these characters and like feeling like you're part of a community and all that good stuff. So it's a beautiful way to retell this story and make it new again. And you know, I think Intergrade only continues that concept. And I agree with Miles. I think a lot has been learned from Final Fantasy 15. I think everything from the combat to how they're telling the story. You know, it feels like a smoother evolution of what they attempted with 15. And I appreciate that. So. Yeah,
I have nothing but good things to say about it. And I'm very, very excited. And,
always on loop. That'll be like that'll be a GIF or something at some point, I feel like.
For sure. Make it happen, internet, please. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you did enjoy what you saw, please like, share, subscribe, and make sure to press that bell icon so you can be notified of the next time we upload a video.
And be sure to catch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/tactiletk. You can catch us Monday through Saturday. There's a schedule up there. Be sure to check it out. And as always,
please take care of yourselves.
Get that good rest.
And until next time.